Well, part of our balance is we've got some procedures and policies in place. But these are new procedures and policies that when they ask for new sample ballots, add the Spanish to your ballot, to your sample ballot, your other pieces. And the lawsuit said they didn't do an actual ballot. But knowing the way we roll with things, we wanted to go ahead and step out and said, let's go ahead and get a Spanish ballot itself in place on our express vote systems, which we call accessible voting systems, that if one person walked in and they needed a Spanish ballot, we had that ballot available. Now, that meant that we only had a Spanish ballot. That doesn't necessarily tie into the current laws and the other prior pieces. It says if you have a ballot, you got to have it all on one ballot, you got to stack it, you got to have all these multiple sheets and all these other pieces, which adds to the dynamics of elections. So that's another story in itself about why do we do that to ourselves when we have the capability to individualize, give a ballot in the language or in the format that a voter needs it. It's really time to look at those issues in the future. But we were still able to take that and move forward in a timely manner, get everything ready to go, experience the hurricane, still go through the recounts. Everything that we did is because of the training of the staff. They knew what to do from day one, and we just implemented our processes. When one didn't work, we kind of rolled to the next one that we would all agree would work, write down how to do it uniformly, and away we would go. Well, the certification is nothing more than a step to applying polite pressure on staff, knowing that every year we're going to have an audit and that we're going to review all of our procedures, and we got to have mandatory management meetings and improvement meetings and continual improvement meetings. And there's a very structured environment for the quality management system. And when you have the structure there, it just makes it easier to manage an office and say, okay, you got to have two people to know this process, and you got to have the process written in enough detail that when that person's out, or both those people are out, we could still read it and still be able to accomplish that task. That probably is the reason we survived this hurricane, is the fact that we had so many pieces in place that if we weren't sure, you hadn't done it on a regular basis, you could read enough of the procedure and policy and standard that existed and still be able to move forward with the process, along with knowing that security is mandatory, that quality is a requirement, and that integrity is also very, very important, and that's part of the quality management system. I wouldn't say ISO is the only quality management system out there, but if you don't have one implemented, I would encourage everyone to get some type of quality management system in place. I'd say they were absolutely critical and vital to where we moved. For us to be able to afford to move to virtual servers, which can be a little bit more pricey than where we currently were with the outstack and the method that you can bring things back up online, that we were able to take those funds, implement it, make the purchases, move forward. As we sit here right now, you and I, our system is in there under a virtual system that when the next hurricane comes, we'll take that virtual server with someone, we'll leave the building and have one protected so that the other pieces are in backup along with those in our emergency management center, that our security, our cybersecurity, our capability is never limited when we get to the next hurricane. Well, we're gearing up just like we would any other election, except we're starting a little bit early this year. We don't know what polling places we will have. We don't know how long it will take to put them back together. We'll analyze that and go to each site and do that. In the big picture, I'm going to request that we're able to do what we did in the last hurricane to the extent of the places for voting, not necessarily email and all the other pieces unless we're successful in getting legislation to get that clear, but we're still going to have displaced voters. We're still going to have devastated buildings. It's a year away that we should be ready to go. Staff's still going to have their houses. I mean, I know my staff, one of my staff members should have her new house built a year from now. She got told by her contractor that she would have a home in a year. And that's one of my staff that's leaving actually in September. She's got 30 plus years, I think it's more like 33 or 34 years, doing that kind of scenario, working here in the elections. And I just want to say that that employee did not miss a single day of work. Not one day of work. She had no home to go back to.